Hello everybody, it's Lucas Mackintosh here and I'm back with some more Goldeneye 007 for the Nintendo 64 where I'm attempting to try and do the game on 00 Agent mode. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out one of my retro Let's Play videos, I really appreciate it. If you enjoy my content and would like to see more, then why not hit that subscribe button, because that way you'll be instantly notified every time I upload a new video, and I've got new content coming each and every single week. Okay, so in this next set of videos I'm going to be trying to tackle the infamous Caverns level on the hardest difficulty setting. Now this level is an absolute pain in the behind. It's taken me hours to finally do it and I only managed to fluke it. So once again, this is commentary done over gameplay. I've literally just recorded me doing this level and I was so excited. I thought, well, I've got to get this uploaded straight away, because it was quite lucky how I actually managed to do this level at all, because I'm just run down with the flu as well, so I'm not very well, and so I thought, what can I do? And I thought, well, I'll try and get some more Goldeneye done. So no one was more surprised than me when I actually cracked the level on 00 Agent mode, so I'm kind of speechless now. But anyway, once again I'm going to be showing you my near misses as well as my successful run. So let's get the briefing underway and then we'll crack on with the level. Okay, so Caverns, 00 Agent. We need to destroy inlet pump controls, the outlet pump controls, master the control console. We need to use the radio to contact Jack Wade. Plus, we must ensure that we minimise scientist casualties. It's very important on this stage not to kill too many scientists, because it can be a real buzzkill. The Janus Control Center communicates with the Goldeneye weapon system via a large satellite dish, which is usually concealed underwater. The pumps which allow Janus to flood the communications dish are housed in a subterranean cave complex defended by crack Janus troops. Oh, that's a mouthful. Don't jeopardise the mission by going for the man bond. Nobody needs a dead hero. You'll be on your own, but CIA combat support will be waiting. Find a radio and inform Jack Wade of the exact location of the dish and he'll send in the cavalry. Okay, key briefing. The satellite communications disc is exposed. If you remove the water pumps, Janus will be unable to hide it again. Destroy the servo control consoles close to the pumps and be sure to disable the master console. No easy tasks. Doing a spot of spelunking? Well, don't mess your trousers up, James. Haha. Yeah, so yeah, this level is really hard on this difficulty setting. Why is it so hard? Well, there's no body armor. You have to do everything as it is, basically. You have to play almost perfectly. Now, I'm gonna mess up like quite a few times in this first video, but I wanted to once again put in my struggle to do this level before I upload my successful run, because I want you guys to know that I struggled with this and I'm not a Goldeneye expert, but it's been a dream of mine to actually try and do this game on 00 Agent mode. I'm like one level away from doing that now, and of course there are the bonus levels which I'm going to look at once I've just got the main campaign out of the way. Now, the tricky thing about this level is not so much some of the guards on the outside, it's that Bond has to destroy, as you saw in the briefing, some controls that activate the different pumps. You need to destroy all the pumps. Now that bit's fairly easy. We also need to collect key cards, which the game doesn't tell you. It does not tell you that you need I think 2 code keys to get into the final door at the end. So essentially you have to play almost perfectly and try not to lose any health. It can be done, because I literally have done it when I've got only 4 bars of health, but the more health you've got the better, essentially. You need to basically memorise the guard patterns, take them out slowly and conservatively. As I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of restarts here. You're going to see a lot of that, because if I get shot more than a couple of times, then to me it's game over, because this level will drive you crazy. Also, I'm not going to gloss over the fact that basically the final room, or what I like to call the final room before you find Trevelyan, is really tricky, because you need to use the radio to contact Jack Wade. The problem is there's a guard in that room with a grenade in. If you shoot too many bullets, you end up hitting the radio and failing the mission. If you have killed a few scientists and the scientist gets in the way when you do that as well, then you will probably fail the mission. That is probably the hardest thing about this. So as you can see, I got shot a few times, so I'm just going to try this again. So yeah, so that room is probably the hardest in the whole game, because that guard with the grenade, it's almost like he's programmed. He's waiting for Bond, and if you kind of don't shoot accurately, or if you kind of make him too mad, he'll throw the grenade, and sometimes he'll blow himself up, and he will destroy the radio. If you do not use the radio, then essentially that's it. And the problem is the radio is so friggin' sensitive. I mean, if it takes like one bullet, then the radio is ruined. So you have to shoot very, very carefully. That's all I can say. And also you have to try and lure some guards out. So I'm hoping that my attempts will actually inspire you and hopefully motivate you to try and get this tricky level done. As I said, I've got the flu, so I'm not very well. It come on yesterday, and so I haven't really been able to get to the gym today. So I thought, well, what can I do? I thought, well, I need to get Goldeneye done, so I'll try and do the Caverns level. Now, I wasn't expecting to do it today. I was like miserable all day because I've been trying to get this, and I always get to the part with Trevelyan and I just choke because I just wouldn't know what to do. So I managed to fluke my way through it. Yeah, I've been shot there, so I'm going to try again. As you can see, I do not like being shot because I need as much health as possible. You know, it's one of those levels where, as I said, on the hardest difficulty setting, there's no body armor. It's kind of like, I don't know, climbing up a wall very, very carefully, and you have to do each spot very, very slowly, and you have to build it up. So it's kind of like you have to shoot every guard, and you've got to try to be really careful and stuff, and try and save as much health as you can so you can get to the end, and your odds of success basically increase depending on how much health you've got. However, that's not to say that this level can't always shut you down, because there's a few sneaky guards they've thrown in, particularly at the beginning. Like when you try to destroy the first set of consoles, there's a guy with an automatic weapon waiting for you. So sometimes he'll appear, sometimes he won't, depending on the guard patterns. So you spend most of this level going around just taking out the guards very carefully, which I kind of liked, to be honest. And also, I don't want to kind of make things worse, but there's some drone guns right at the end of this stage as well that you need to take out. And there's also some more drone guns. I've been shot, so I'm starting again. There's also some drone guns in one of the rooms you have to visit as well, as a secret entrance as well. So there's like 2 entrances into this one room where you've got to destroy the pump controls, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, this level is a real pain in the arse, and I'm so glad that you know, it's done now. I don't have to worry about it. I've just got to basically just do the last level, and that's it. I've done it on 00 agent mode, and then there's just the bonus levels to worry about, which I've never ever done. I've never ever actually done those levels, so this is kind of like new ground for me. So I'm really excited, because once I beat Trevelyan, then I'm going to be pumping the air. I'm going to be fist bumping, because my god, it's not easy. But most people, I've been watching a lot of Goldeneye videos, and a lot of people are trying to say what they think the hardest level is in Goldeneye. Now, my personal theory is that the control level is the hardest on 00 Agent, but I'd love to hear what you guys think is the hardest level in Goldeneye. Let me know in the comment section below what is the hardest level, what you think is the hardest level, and why you think that, because it'd be interesting kind of to compare comments, and then I'll give you a shout out in my next Goldeneye video, or I'll do a special video where I'm just playing a random level, and I'll read all your comments out as well. And if you want, I'll even give you a shout out for your YouTube channel if you have one and you want a bit of you know, kind of awareness and stuff. I mean, I'm not a very big channel myself, but I always try and do shout outs if I can. So we're going to try and take this guy out here. He can be a real pain to take out, because like sometimes one shot will take him out, but obviously I wasn't too accurate. Now most of this you can tell that I'm ill, because I'm not really kind of I'm trying to concentrate as much as I can, but I've just spent, because this is an edited video, I've just spent like 4 hours trying to crack this level, and I'm trying to play as carefully as I can, but a lot of the time you can see I'm just rushing it. You know, I'm trying not to rush because that can just get you killed quicker, and I'm kind of breaking my own rule there. And sometimes the guard pattern changes here when you shoot that guy. Like, he'll try and attract more guards into the area. It's really bizarre. Let's get rid of the... remember, the ones with berets, they take a few more hits. So, I'm just going to be messing around here. Also, I didn't even mention this. Bond has got 6 timed mines as well to help him on this mission. Now, these generally are best used on the crates, on the little crates in most of the rooms. If you put them in the middle, they'll blow up the crates and you'll get more ammunition, so that should help you out a little bit. As you can see, I'm playing absolute gash at the moment. You know, God knows how I did this. I'm like literally so drained of energy. I'm just like, I keep aborting the mission because I'm like, I've got to get this right. So we're gonna get there. There we go. Might take them out. There we go. So I mean about the guard patterns changing. Sometimes I get that pattern, sometimes I get a different one. Sometimes this guy here will attract more guards. Sometimes the guards will hear what I'm doing. See that? Like 2 guards now. You got the one with the beret. And I can't seem to... I keep getting caught on that bloody wall there. I keep getting stuck. So we'll chuck a mine and see if that does anything. Yes. How'd you like me now? As I said, you want to save one of the mines because one of the mines is essential for getting into a secret entrance, which I will show you a little later on. And as I said, I wanted you guys to see that been shot. I'm just, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to start again. I want you guys to know that I did struggle. I struggled a hell of a lot with this level. So, you know, and this is really the only footage that I have. I do have kind of other failed attempts, but it's just, this is probably the best that I've got. It's just me relentlessly trying over and over again to try and get it right. You know, but I have to say I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of Goldeneye videos, watching a lot of speedrunners. There's one I really like, his name, him or her, I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman, but this YouTuber is really good, very skilled. Razlu, I believe, and this YouTuber like speedruns Goldeneye and different versions of Goldeneye, and so those videos have been helping me out a lot. I'm thinking, well, if this person can do it, then so can I. So they've been very inspirational, as well as I think there's a guy on, he does FAQs as well on, oh, what is it, I googled this level, I think it's Marshmallow, and I've been reading up a lot of that, his FAQ on Goldeneye, and that's been pretty interesting, and like different strategies you can use. So I kind of like to do that, although sometimes I use my own strategy. It's nice to hear from other people, but I think part of the problem with this level is the radio, because I think the majority of people, so I've been looking at forums, and the majority of people can actually get through this level without too much problems. The only difficulty is that radio. It's like you've got to, if you can contact Jack Wade on the radio and then destroy it, it doesn't matter, but you can't destroy it before Bond makes contact. It's really ridiculous. I mean, to be honest, I don't agree with the objective, because in the movie, like, Jack Wade was there and the Marines did nothing. It was basically just Bond. Bond did everything in the movie. It's a bit like Commando when General Kirby, it's like after Arnold had cleaned up and killed Bennett and everything, John Matrix I should say, killed Bennett, and then he just turns up at the end. It's a little bit like that. So I'm like, what's the point, because he's not even in the game. It's a nice extra, I suppose, but yeah, this bit drives me up the wall because I can hardly do it sometimes without killing scientists. Remember, you must not try to kill any scientists because if you kill a couple, it doesn't matter too much here, but if you kill, like, I think another one, then it's mission failed. So, and that can be really frustrating when you've, like, got to the radio part and, like, there's a scientist. That can be really annoying. Right, we take out the guard there. Boom. Alright, got the gun. Alright. Okay. So you have to be so careful. And scientists as well just get in the way. They really annoy me. They're the most frustrating part of this game. You know, I don't want to kill them at all, but sometimes they'll kill themselves. They'll just, like, plop their way in, you know. They'll just get in the way of explosions. Alright, so with that being done now, we can crack on with the next part now, which is... I love these doors as well, they're very cool, but very eerie, particularly towards the end as well. When all you want to do is, like, do this. And there's a sneaky guard there, we can take him out. I think there's two. See, my aiming's really bad because I'm, like, so poorly. It's unbelievable. Anyway, we go up this little mountain path here, and it kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong Country. I don't know whether that was intentional. So it kind of looks like Chip Caverns from Donkey Kong Country, is it? A little bit. So it's got the same sort of texture. And there's another guard, and he's very hard to spot, but he's right there. So use your far sight and just take him out. And we'll just get his gun. So yeah, multiple attempts, but I was just, like, so surprised that I actually managed to do this. In fact, what I might do is I might just do a top 10 video of the toughest Goldeneye levels and why I think they're so tough. I'm definitely going to be reviewing this game because I put a lot of time into it, so once I've done Trevelyan, I'm going to work on a review for it. I think, so I absolutely love this game. I love to just talk about it and what some of my favourite parts were and what parts I found really frustrating. Oh god. This bit drives me up the wall. I just hate losing health on this stage. I don't mind on any other stage, but this one, there's no body armour. And I have to say, right, if you can do this level just once on 00 Agent and consider yourself a Goldeneye expert, because it's not easy. You know, you need a lot of luck and adrenaline. I was like, the adrenaline was so flowing towards the end of this. You know, it can be done with a smidgen of health, I suppose. So it is possible, but it just makes it 10 times harder though, because if you don't know what's going to happen, then it's like you can't hang around. It's one of those levels where you get to the end and you have to hurry to the end. A bit like, I suppose, a bit like Control, a bit like a few of the other levels. You can't stop because I think Trevelyan sends a load of infinite guards towards you, so you need to keep going. I've just planted the mine there, and in these crates are some useful bits of ammunition which you can use for your gun. But then again, compared to Control, I actually did this quicker than Control, so I would say I would still argue that. Oh, buggered up there. I'll try again. I would still argue that Control is the hardest level. And I've kind of always said about Goldeneye, I'd rather die at my own hands than someone else's, like Natalia. So, because this level took me less time than that to do, so I've definitely got to do a top 10 hardest Goldeneye levels, I think, in the main campaign. And that's, I don't think I'll include the bonus levels because I haven't done them yet, but it'll be interesting to see. So I know lots of people have done that. Alright, let's open this door. One thing I have learned is like when guards are approaching doors and they try to open the door, I've realised that when they open it you can't close it, and that kind of sucks because I wanted to kind of keep them there. and just mess around, but you can't do that, unfortunately. Oh no. God, when that happens. Alright, he's coming for me now. But as you can see, I'm getting slightly better, despite being poorly. They just keep coming. Alright, great. As it says, the real deal breaker with this game, this level I should say, is the man with the grenade in the radio room. Now, lots of people focus a lot of attention on him, and rightly so, because he can kind of ruin the whole game for you. I've no idea how I actually did what I was able to do in the radio room, which you will see later on, but I didn't kind of focus too much attention on him. I was aware he was in the room, but I was very careful not to get too close. If you get too close, he's going to drop a grenade. You have to lure guards out. There is probably a strategy, but I think a lot of it is also luck as well. Half of everything is luck, James. And the other half, fate. So it's something to do with luck, and you just need to get a good pattern. I mean, I've had times when I've been doing this level where literally the grenade guy's come outside the room and blown himself up, or he's come to the door and he's blown himself up. It's really bizarre how this game works. So it is about luck, I would say. Right, this is the next bit, which really drives me up the wall. I really hate this bit. It's like, because I've been doing it over and over again, it just drives me nuts, to be honest. Right, now there should be a bloke here with an automatic weapon. Right, check out what happens. He kind of notices you, and then he goes back to guarding the area. It's like he's just forgotten about you. So I'm waiting for him to take a few pot shots, and there he is. He's just kind of, he's waiting for me. So we'll shoot him in the back of the head. We'll take his gun. We'll try to take his gun, which, oh, it's just over there. There we are. We'll take that. Oh. Just get out the way, scientists. Don't you know in Bond films scientists are supposed to go? Alright, before that though, we'll take out this guard here. If we take out the two guards here, then they won't bother me. And I can get on with things there. So we've taken out the main threats now. I think, however, there is one more guard who's coming down the mountain pass through the door, but apart from that, I should be alright. If that scientist would just get out of the way, I could do this. See that? He just sidesteps towards the screen. See, gotta get him to move quickly. You don't want him in the way. I'm trying not to kill scientists. Right, now I need to get rid of these things. Is he gonna move or what? He's just wait. It's like he just wants to die or something. Just get out the way. Oh, you know what? Screw it. There we are. I didn't really want to do that, but the scientist was really annoying me there. So got rid of him. Now I bet when I go through this door, that guy will be there. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, that's unusual. I thought the guy was going to come down. Oh, there he is. I guess he was just making his way down the mountain. Okay, so we'll take him out. Pop. There we are. Nice. And we'll get his gun. Boom. There we are. There we go. Lovely stuff. We're coming up the mountain when we come. We'll be coming up the mountain when we come. I know it's the other way. But, you know. This mountain pass is so cool though. It's a very cool level. It's just extremely frustrating. Alright, we'll take out the guards. There we are, boom. Okay, good. Get the guns. Okay. Now this bit, I always mine this area. Sometimes I've chucked a second mine and the second mine hasn't gone off, and that's been really annoying. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of makes it mine. See, I don't even think the second mine's gone off. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes this game's got faults. I've had like problems as well with grenades. There's certain areas in the game where I've thrown a grenade and the grade's just not gone off. So, no, it's literally hasn't made any effect whatsoever. So I'm not entirely sure what it was I'm supposed to do. So take out the guard, take out the guy, take out the beret wearing guard. Oh, here we are. Oh, this bit. So yeah, if you make too much commotion, or if too much noise occurs, then guards will start to pour through this door from that far entrance of the railing. So I may be able to take out a couple of guards, but check it out, we can pick up some guns here. So as I said, you want as much as possible. Do not want to run out. Okay, just destroy that box again for no particular reason. You don't want to get in the way of the boxes either when they're exploding, because you will lose health. You wouldn't think that you would, but yeah, it's one of them. It's like you've got to play it almost perfectly to the end, and it's frustrating. Very frustrating.